afternoon to one and all. Myself B. Kaushik of class 9 from JNV Srikakulam. Me and my friends are going to explain the topic of natural resources.
Good afternoon to one and all. Myself Simon of class 9 JNV Srikakulam.
Good afternoon to one and all. I am Kavya of class 9 JNV Srikakulam. Good afternoon to one and all. I am Bharati of class 9 JNV Srikakulam. Good afternoon to one and all. I am Rashma of class 9 JNV Srikakulam. And the topic will be begun. Natural resource. Natural resource means the resource that which coming from nature. The natural resource is two types. One is inexhaustible and exhaustible. Natural resources two types. One is one is inexhaustible and second thing is exhaustible. Inexhaustible means it is doesn't exhaust by human activities. Exhaustible means it is exhausted by human activities. And now I am going to tell about air. First we should know about our planet. Earth is the only thing which humans can live together because the resource that coming from nature. And life on Earth is dependent on many factors. And to survive in life, we have to take certain things like food, air, water, shelter, so many things. The resource that available in the earth that coming from nature, the like energy from sun. These are some basic requirements to us which to live. And what are these resources on the earth? Nature and the outermost layer of the earth, it is called lithosphere. Lithosphere means simply lithosphere means it is land. And the second thing, the lithosphere means the land which we were walking and the rocks, so many things are come under lithosphere. And the second thing, hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means simply water bodies like oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, ponds, so many like water bodies only that comes under hydrosphere. But water covers 70% of earth and the land covers 30% of earth. But in earth we are suffering for lack of water because in earth there is 70% of water. But in that 70%, 67% of water is from oceans and seas, that which we cannot take because it is in salty in taste, so we cannot take that 67% of water, so it is waste usually. And then in that 70%, 67% is this from seas and oceans, and the remaining 3%. In that 3%, 2% is mountains. That it is like we cannot use it because it is from mountains. So in that 3%, 2% is usually not we cannot use, and then 3%, the remaining is 1% that which we were actually using. So be careful while using the water that which we want to tell you. And the third thing is atmosphere. Atmosphere means it is air. It covers our earth like a blanket. It is consists so many kinds of gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, so many things. And next thing, biosphere. Biosphere means simply life, which life means comes under all living and non-living. In that biosphere, it is two types. In that biosphere, it is two types. One is biotic and the second thing is abiotic. Biotic means living things. and so many other gases will be consist in this. And now oxygen is main important gas to us, which oxygen is very important gas to survive in life. But in our earth, nitrogen is present. Nitrogen is present up to 78%, and oxygen is present up to 21%. And the remaining carbon dioxide will present. It present up to 0.03%. And the remaining percent will be gases present like helium, neon, krypton, xenon, so much gases that present like lessly in Earth. And but in the planets of other planets like Venus and Mars, there will no much oxygen. There will be present more carbon dioxide, like 95 to 97%. There will be only carbon dioxide only present. That's why we cannot live there, because lack of oxygen we can't live. Can anybody from boys tell me, Earth has an atmosphere, name any other two planets which have atmosphere? I am repeating my question. Earth has an atmosphere, name any other two planets which have atmosphere. What? Repeat your answer. Anyone from girls? Yes, your given answer is absolutely correct. Venus and Mars. And in the air, the gases will be more present. And it is largely stable. For example, oxygen is also being used by eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells to break down glucose molecules to convert it to energy for those activities for their which need. In this process, they will produce CO2, means carbon dioxide. The oxygen is not only used by humans, but it also used to combustion of fuels, forest fires, and many other processes. And if do you know, if CO2 means carbon dioxide increase, or oxygen will decrease. If oxygen will increase, CO2 will definitely decrease. Anyways, carbon dioxide is in two types. Means two ways. It is in two ways. One is CO2 is two ways. One way is in the green plants convert carbon dioxide into glucose in the presence of sunlight. And the second thing, it is CO2 as carbonates. It is also being used by marine and water animals in producing their cells. Then the next topic will be continued by my friend.
Good afternoon to one another. I am here to discuss with you on the topic of the role of atmosphere in climate control. like a protective blanket. It's on like a protective blanket. The atmosphere consists of gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. The width of the atmosphere is about 1,600 kilometers. In these gases, there are some greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, ethane, propane. These greenhouse gases helps to reflect the radiation of sun and keeps our earth warm. These greenhouse gases keep the average temperature of the earth fairly steady during the day and even during the course of the whole year. And these greenhouse gases also prevent from sudden increase in temperature during daylight hours. And during night, this greenhouse gases helps to slow the escape of heat into the outer space. Think that of moon, which is about same distance from the sun as the earth is. Despite that, on the surface of the moon, which has no atmosphere, the average temperature ranges between -100 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius.
Good afternoon to one and all. I am before your presence with a interesting topic, that is the movement of air, wind. We feel some reliefness after a hot day because of the cool evening breezes. We are sometimes lucky to get rains also. Can anybody say what causes the sudden change of weather? Anybody from girls? Anybody from boys? What causes the sudden change of weather? What causes the sudden change of weather? Nobody can? All these phenomena that is the result of that takes place in the atmosphere because of movement of air. The movement of air is determined by two factors: one, water vapor, and heating of air. The movement of air and the heating of wind. The movement of air determines the climate and the weather conditions. Anybody can tell me what is difference between climate and weather? Climate means climate is calculated for a long time of period, and weather is calculated for a short time of period. The atmosphere can be heated from the below re-radiated or reflected rays from the land or water bodies. The heating of air causes the rise of the air. When the land is heated fastly as compared to the water bodies, the air on the land will be heated fastly, and the air started rising. When the air on the land will started rising, there will occur some low pressure, and the air which is present on the water bodies, they will have some high pressure. Because of these pressure differences, they will start the movement of air. The movement of air causes air currents. Anybody know about air currents? Anybody from girls? Anybody from boys? Air currents is also winds which flow in river like which flow in, like a river. For more understanding, we will discuss this activity on the chart. First, we want four things. One, a beaker and an incense stick, and a beaker, an incense stick, and a candle, and one matchbox. First, take a beaker and place a candle in it, and light the candle. After that, take an incense stick and light the incense stick. And put the incense stick on the beaker. We can observe the smoke which is flowing like a river. So it is known as air current. The flowing of smoke is a air current. We can learn about some factors which causing the movement of air. First one, earth rotation. The rotation of earth causes the air deflection. The air which is flowing towards the northern hemisphere, it is deflected to the right side, and the air which is flowing to the southern hemisphere, it is deflected to the right side. And second one is pressure gradient. Pressure gradient is caused due to the uneven heating of land. For example, a place which is they have a dense forest, and take another place which is a plain land, and the radiation which is coming from the sun is reflected back to the atmosphere in the plain lands, and which radiation is coming towards the dense forest, those are not reflected because of the trees. We already discussed the atmosphere can be heated from the below radiations. So that's why the air molecules which is present in this area, they will start rising upwards, and the air molecules which is present in this area, they do not rise towards upwards, because of here will occur some low pressure, and here will cause high pressure. Because of this pressure differences, here you have high pressure and here is low pressure. The air will start moves towards the high pressure area to low pressure, and low pressure, where the low pressure occurs, the high pressure wind all travel towards the low pressure. And do anybody know what is radiation? Radiation. Anybody from boys? Radiation is the fastest way to transfer heat. It involves the transfer of heat energy from a high temperature body to a low temperature body without affecting this medium. It is known as radiation. The next remaining topic will be continued by my friend.
Hello, I am back here to continue the topic. So if we look at the situation in the coastal areas, the air above the land rises faster than the water, sea. The air above the land gets heated faster than the sea. As the air rises, the region of low pressure is created. The air above the sea moves to the region of low pressure and creates a wind. So if we look at the graph, the air above the land is the area of low pressure, and the air above the sea move towards the air above the land, and it is also known as sea breeze. During night, both the land and the sea starts cool down. As the land cools down faster than the sea, the air above the sea gets warmer and starts rising. Thus, a region of low pressure is created on the sea. The air above the land and moves towards the region of low pressure and the air above the sea. Thus, the wind is created the air are resulting in diverse atmospheric phenomena which are caused by the uneven heating of the atmosphere. Uneven heating of the atmosphere. No, my friend.
Good morning to everyone. Good morning to everyone. I am going to say about rain. Rain is a major use of water in many places. It is a falling down of water droplets from clouds to air. Now anyone can say how clouds are formed? Yes, you are right. Water vapors form in huge amount from the surface water of water bodies and wet areas when the area is heated. The lot of water vapor are also lost by transpiration. And respiration. Okay. And the air is also heated during the daytime. The hot air and water vapor rises up in the atmosphere, and the hot air expands in the higher altitude, and the water vapor gets condensed and becomes water droplets. The group of water droplets makes clouds. Now let us know how rain occurs in the clouds. The clouds travel in the air to the low temperature, and the water vapor in the water droplets in the cloud collides and become heavy. The heavier water droplets fall in the form of rain. topic which is very familiar to us, that is air pollution. Can you tell me what does it mean?
The cause of pollution due to the air pollutants is nothing but air pollution.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. The cause of air pollution due to air pollutants is nothing but air pollution. Okay, let us start our topic. Okay, let us start our topic. We keep hearing bad news for all of us, that is increasing levels of oxides of nitrogen and sulfur in the atmosphere. These are very dangerous to living beings. When these gases are mostly present in most dangerous fossil fuels like coal and petroleum. When these gases are react with oxygen present in the air, it can be formed as acid rains. These acid rains are causes to eruption of monuments like Taj Mahal. When these gases are react with fire, they can be formed as NO2. It is nitrogen dioxide and SO2, sulfur dioxide. These are very dangerous. When we inhale these gases, it will be causes to allergies and cancers and many things, etc. These gases are very dangerous. It can be mostly coming from it can be contains in coal and petroleum. These are very dangerous. When these gases are released from automobiles, vehicles, factories, industries, etc., etc. These gases are causes to inhalation problems of many things. It is very dangerous to our lungs. When these gases are
What are the preventive measures to reduce the air pollution?
There are many preventive measures are controlled to reduce the air pollution is controlling deforestation, planting trees, reducing usage of automobiles, and follow RRR means
reduce, reuse, recycle. Recycle the papers. These are the preventive measures we should follow. We should follow to control the air pollution. Next. We can. There are many types to we can prevent air pollution. And when nitrogen and dioxide, these nitrogen and sulfur, these are very harmful gases. These are released from automobiles, vehicles, etc. And these gases are here. These gases are causes to allergies, cancers, heart diseases, etc. So we should control this air pollution by some preventive measures. Already I told it. And